Here we have the final verse of chapter 17 of the Gospel of John, verse 26, the conclusion, really a rather climactic one of what's called the high priestly prayer of Christ, in which he continues to intensify the descriptions that he applies to the sense in which there will be the intimacy of fellowship between himself and his disciples, and beyond that, the very love of God is going to be flowing through Christ into them as he lives in them. It's really impossible to adequately describe the theological reality behind this, but the words themselves are fairly straightforward. So we have here kai, the connective, and then egnorisa. This is a derivative of gnosko. I know, this is to make known, is the idea. This happens to be the first person singular aorist active indicative, the simple aorist. So I have made known. I have brought them to the point that gnosko applies to them. I've made known the indirect object here. Autois, the dative, plural, of the third person masculine pronoun. So I have made known to them. And then the direct object, to, the neuter article, the accusative, along with the neuter noun, onema, which means name. So I have made known to them the name that belongs distinctively to God, su, the second person genitive singular pronoun. I've made known to them the name, your name. And of course, built into that is a very rich idea. To make known the name of God is to in some ways make known the deep and central identity of God, and that is the intimacy that's really suggested here. So I've made known to them your name, kai, the connective, gnoriso. This is simply the future. So I have made it known, and I will make it known. There is an idea in which there's going to be an ongoing realization. There's going to be an ongoing discovery of the identity and name of God that's implied here. Hina, in order that, this will ordinarily take the subjunctive, and the subjunctive that's tied to it is way down here. So this is a. This is the third person singular present active subjunctive. So in order that it may be, it's the idea. So in order that it may be, and then what we're talking about is hey agape, the love. So I've made known and will make known your name so that the love may be, and then what love is it? It's hein, the relative pronoun, so the love which or with which is the sense of it here. Agape sauce from agapao, I love. This is the second person singular, aorist active indicative, so the love with which you loved me, the direct object, first person accusative pronoun, may be is the idea in autois, in them. So I've made known and will continue to make known your name, so that the love with which you've loved me will be in them. That's a remarkable idea, and it's going to be in them kago, combination of kai and ego, just as I in autois implied. This is I am in them. Christ will reside in them. They are to abide in him, and he abides in them. And as such, through the Holy Spirit, of course, the great reality of God's love is communicated to them, giving them all that they need to carry out the task to which Christ has appointed them. And of course, we derive from this the idea that what Christ is promising to them, he's promising, of course, to all of those who would believe through the word and the testimony of these who are his initial disciples, becoming his apostles.